Good evening, everyone. What an amazing night to be here in Walt Disney World. It is 80 degrees outside. It is comfortable. We just finished up watching Disney Enchantment. What an amazing night. We're gonna start here in about 1 minute. So in the meantime, we're just kind of talking about things over here. So
Let us know
Sarah, it's
where you're
great to
watching
see you.
from.
Yeah, absolutely. We love seeing where everybody's from. Like I just said, we just did Disney Enchantment, and we had people from almost every continent. We had somebody from Australia checking in. We had somebody from Thailand checked in. Um, the UK is always represents for Chip and Company, so we love seeing those guys. And then, of course, our Canadians to the north, they are always two people from Newfoundland just started talking to each other like, hey, I'm from Newfoundland. Foundland. Oh, not Newfoundland. Newfoundland. Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
They're
Yeah.
Newfies.
Say it fast.
You got to say it fast. Okay.
Yeah.
Sarah's checking in. Sarah's from Alaska, which is crazy.
Yeah. All the way up north here in the snow.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, hopefully we have some people in, and we're going to get this show started. So give me 1 second.
Where are you at right now? Oh, he's muted us.
I'm sorry, I muted everybody. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Disney News and Review 2021. I am live from the second floor of Disney's Polynesian Resort and Bungalows. It is, what are we at? December 30th. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and we have just completed watching Disney Enchantment. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Greg. I am from Florida Fanatics, and I'm one of the writers here at Chip and Company. It is amazing to be with everyone tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. If you have anything you want to say, if you want to join in with us while we're doing this, please drop a comment. We're here to listen to you. There's Sharon from Scotland. Look at that. Already people are checking in from Jersey, from Scotland. Sarah Solberg is our special guest this week. Chip Confer, the owner of Chip and Company, is here. Chip, Happy New Year. Thanks for being here tonight. How are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm amazing, man. Like I just said, we just finished up at Disney Enchantment. I don't think of a better way besides, what is it? The fireworks in the sky at 11:50 p.m. tonight. So in the meantime, we're here going through the 2021 news and review. Chip is Chip and Company. You can reach Chip at chipandco.com, Facebook /Chip and Co, YouTube, Chip and Company. The man is a legend. Chip, thanks for being here. Now, with us this week is Sarah. Sarah Solberg. Sarah is one of, if not our major travel agent with Chip and Company. Not only does she write, I think, the second most, she might be tied with Chip for the first most articles written this year. Sarah, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing great. Thank you. Glad
Excellent.
to be here.
Oh, we're so happy you're here. This is so much fun.
What's the temperature up in Alaska right now?
It is 16 degrees right now. It's pretty chilly.
I'm sending you
my hoodie. Yes, there's snow on the ground still, though it has been raining, which kind of melts it and then freezes, and then it just gets really yucky.
I'm sending you sunshine. It is 80 and perfect out right now. It's amazing down here. You come. Please come back down to Florida. Sarah, you are destination to travel agent also.
Yes,
you take care of a lot of the travel stuff. If you guys need any of travel information, if you guys are making are coming to Walt Disney World or Disneyland out in California, or pretty much any Disney property, along with almost anywhere else in this world, Sarah Solberg can help you. So,
and at no extra cost.
What an amazing thing. That's so cool. I love hearing that, because I mean, you're spending enough already, but to know that you don't actually have to pay a travel agent extra money. So let's get into this. We got a lot to cover. 2021, what an amazing year. There was some really, really high moments at Walt Disney World and Disneyland. Disney as a company, amazing, amazing year for them. There was some, oops, that happened type moments here and there at Disney World. There was some just some really fantastic things going on. So let's start with this. I want to start our 2021 year in review here at Chip and Company with Chip. No, let's go with Sarah. I'm sorry. Sarah, can you give me your favorite moment of 2021?
So, as a favorite Disney moment, my husband and I got to take an adult-only trip to Disneyland this fall, and we got to go to the Oogie Boogie Bash Halloween party. That was just top of my list.
I
Great
heard that was
times.
amazing. There were a lot of good characters that were out this year for it.
So many good new ones. They had Agatha Harkness from WandaVision. They had Sid from Toy Story. It was awesome. It was a good time.
Is Oogie Boogie Bash a normal thing that Disneyland does? Just for people who are not used to Disneyland. We in Florida had, they changed it from Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween to an after hours extra ticketed event. What is Oogie Boogie Bash?
So Oogie Boogie Bash actually started, I believe, in 2019 was their first year. So they only got to do it once before COVID and everything hit. And then they brought it back, which we were so excited and surprised about this year. So
excellent.
It's basically like Disneyland's version of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
I can't wait to get out there. I think we're scheduled. We're going to talk about Destination D23. We're going to talk about D23 coming up next year in Disneyland. So I think that's going to be my first trip out there. As an adult, I haven't been out there for years. So hopefully I can get out there while Oogie Boogie Bash is going on.
Yes,
I'm going to talk about one or two things real quick here. So one of the great things about working at Chip and Company is we get to go on media events. And the media events 9 times out of 10 turn into your favorite thing of the year. I got to be a part of Space 220 opening here at Epcot, which was, I will gush about Space 220 in the opening. I got to stand next to 2 actual astronauts that have been in space while it was opening. Mickey and Minnie came out, fireworks went off. I stood next to Zach Ridley. And then we got to go inside and have a meal and have a great time. We're just lucky to be able to be part of this that goes on down here. So I think that was one of my favorite things this year. Chip, give me something that you did this year, because I know you did the big one. You came down yourself to do Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary.
Yeah, that was probably my highlight, was the Disney World 50th. Being able to see Harmonious, Disney Enchantment. We got to see the whole Remy and France Pavilion expansion before everybody else. It was really cool. I remember when we were in the Magic Kingdom for the media event, we got to see Christina Aguilera. She was at the media event, and she came up there and sang with Bob Iger and Bob Chapek. So just before we went live, we saw her walk up and everything. It was really cool. So
that's amazing. So one of the cool things that's coming up is Guardians of the Galaxy at Epcot. You got to go during the 50th anniversary. You got to see the inside.
Yes, they took all the media back. When you do a lot of these media events, you pick out like what events you want to do, and that was one of the ones that I chose, was to see Guardians of the Galaxy. So they made us put on these overalls and these boots and everything, and they take us back in golf carts, and we walk inside the big building, I guess you want to call it, and you walk in and you can see the coaster. It's there. It's huge. I mean, I had no idea this building was that big, and everything's painted black, and they have it all cleaned up and everything. They wouldn't let us do any pictures or videos, but that was really cool to see behind the scenes of Guardians of the Galaxy before it opens up to everybody else.
Oh, absolutely. I got to say that's one of I was a little jealous on that one, because I can't wait to see that open, which is you can actually read that article on shipandco.com. And we also talk about I got lucky and was at Destination D23 and got to see the Guardians of the Galaxy ride vehicle and got to sit down on it and see how spacious it really was. And it was, I can't wait to get on that. Between that and Tron, I mean, it looks like it's a great upcoming year, but we're talking about the past year. So one of the other things that you mentioned, Chip, earlier was you got to see Harmonious and Disney's Enchantment prior to everybody else.
Well, they kind of opened it up. Remember when it was officially going to open like 2 days later after the media event, but they opened it up early. So we weren't the only ones there. I mean, for Harmonious and everything, other people were there, but we were like front and center. Right as you walk out in the World Showcase, we were like right there to see Harmonious. And we had like the perfect shot. We had the video up on our YouTube. I was able to get that. And then as soon as the event was over, that's when they did the Spaceship Earth lighting. So we were corralled back to Spaceship Earth, and we were right there to see, and then went through all the cycles for us. So it was really cool to see Spaceship Earth lit up. That's
I gotta say, the Spaceship Earth, we were coming out of Magic Kingdom as they lit up Spaceship Earth, and we were on World Drive going home, and the ball just lit up, and I almost crashed. Like I literally, my poor wife was next to me just going, give me the wheel. Stop looking. So it was, oh my gosh. Yeah. Sarah, do you have a 50th memory yet? Have you seen anything?
Yet.
I know you've written a lot about the snacks and everything else.
I've got lots of virtual memories from the 50th.
I'm promise
still
you.
Trying to get down there.
You got to get down here to enjoy the 50th. One of the things that it was a positive and a negative. We did lose Happily Ever After is now fully retired.
Right.
And Epcot Forever is fully retired now, never to be coming back. Disney Enchantment, they did announce this year, was going to be the show moving forward. So that was a pretty big news story this year, was Happily Ever After going away. Yeah, Chip, what's your thoughts? Did you like both those shows?
I liked Happily Ever After. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Disney Enchantment. It's okay, but
I absolutely agree with you. Yeah,
it's just
100%.
It's more magical. It was more magical.
Yeah, I think it touched your heart more. I think it was more, and that's not to take anything away from Disney Enchantment, because Disney Enchantment really is a wonderful, amazing show. Just, I think some of us have been caught up with this Happily Ever After. What about Harmonious? How is your feeling on Harmonious? I mean, you could have like thrown up a fire stick and some Roman candles, and it would have been better than Epcot Forever.
Yeah. Well, I liked Harmonious. I felt like Disney Enchantment was Harmonious Part 2. They're very similar in the way they do it. I kind of wish that Epcot would have taken a little bit from California Adventure and done the things that come up out of the water and done something like that.
Like World of Color.
Yeah, World of Color.
Yeah. I can't wait to get to, again, another Disneyland thing that I can't wait to get out there and see. Yeah. So with that retiring, we have no more Happily Ever After. We have no more not Harmonious. What is it? What was before Harmonious?
Epcot Forever.
Yeah, Epcot Forever. Other things that people kind of made a lot of noise about this year was Magical Express. We're going to get onto the news that most people selected this year. One of them was the retiring of Magical Express. Now, Sarah, as a travel agent, how big of a deal really is Magical Express retiring?
Very big deal. It's complimentary. If you're staying on site at Disney, you don't have to worry about how you're going to get there. You just book Magical Express and you're there. Now you've got so many different options and you have to pay for it. So it's an added cost to your trip. Oh, it is a very big deal that Magical Express is leaving.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say there are some other shuttle services, but again, it's an added price.
Right. And it looks to be around like $34 or $36 per person. Speaking of those
Average, yeah.
other places, we have Mears Connect. They finally opened up their website, and you can start booking your Mears Connect, which is the same buses. It's the same company that's been doing it anyway. And then we have Sunshine Flyer. That was news to me when I read that the other day.
Yeah, that's brand new. It's from a different company, but it looks really cool. It's like you're riding on a train, which is a bus, but still, the look and feel of it seems so magical and just goes like hand in hand with the magic of Disney. I mean, I know Disney's not really trains, but Walt Disney loved trains.
Right. Oh,
yeah, there it is right there. Yeah.
There it is right there. So when you come down personally, were you a Chip? When you come down, you were driving or were you renting a car? Did you take Magical Express?
I did when it was free, but what I do now is a lot of times I just lift it. It's easier because you don't have to wait. You can just boom and you're there. But I've been going to Universal a lot, so we are going to talk about that later. But
yeah, we got a few things to talk about Universal because when we get into rides, I think we're going to hit Universal. It would be disservice for Central Florida for us not to talk about it. So, which let's keep with this transportation thing. We got a lot of refurbished monorails back this year. Yellow is running right now. Peach, we got to do an article about the Peach one coming back. Just basic little touches here. And my favorite story of the year about monorails was finding one in the desert of Nevada. Did you guys get to see this story?
Yes, I saw it.
I did not. So tell me, I'm so curious.
So out of nowhere, I don't remember who posted it. Somebody on Instagram posted that they had found a monorail sitting in the desert, like abandoned at like a salvage yard. And it truly was the full monorail with all the cars attached, the front, the back, everything. And what it was it turned out that when you looked at the plate, it really was a Walt Disney World monorail. Now, it took a few months. It took a lot of people trying to figure out what happened here. And I'm going to mention the person who finally told us today what happened. Ken Gillett on Instagram said that the one that was found in the desert was used in Vegas on the monorail line that was originally there, and it was between Bally's and MGM. Apparently it had run in Vegas for a little while.
Where?
And now between Bally's and MGM, I guess they had built I'm trying to think, like, I haven't been out to Vegas.
And everything?
Yeah, there's a full-on monorail out in Vegas now, and I believe it goes through center of downtown all the way out to the resorts and runs down Fremont Street, goes to the center of the city, and then comes back. I don't know, but you can get to the new sports complex on it. You can get to the new Raiders Stadium, the new Coliseum they built. Not Coliseum. What's the thing? Indoor arena they built out there. Yeah, so you can get all around Vegas with it. But this, apparently, somebody had bought this Disney World monorail and put it out there.
Sarah, you're going to have to book a trip for me out to Vegas.
Okay, let's do it.
Did you say Chip and Company trip out to Vegas?
No.
Yeah.
She's my personal travel agent. She does all my bookings for me.
We all need to get out to Vegas. Come on. Could you imagine this all together? Like, nothing would be written on the site for a few days.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go inside the parks. We have a little bit of news from inside the parks, and some of it was controversial. We're not going to really hit the controversial stuff tonight. I will glaze over it. We had major changes were done to Jungle Cruise this year at both Disneyland and Disney World. So we lost a character here or there, and they tried to be a little bit more PC, and Disney can do what Disney wants. They're their own corporation. So who are we to say? Y'all can talk about it. I don't want to get into it. But we also had Splash Mountain. Yeah. That is an upcoming refurbishment that is about to be shut down. They announced Splash Mountain was going to become Tiana themed.
Yes.
So we're going to get a New Orleans, Bayou, Tiana, Princess and the Frog theme for Splash Mountain, which, look, I love Brer Rabbit and the original stories. But at the same time, I can understand why they're changing things up and you got to improve things. And it's just the day and age we live in. And I think Princess and the Frog is a perfect idea for that ride. That got a ton of views this year. That was one of the bigger ones.
Does it really fit with the theme, though?
I mean, if you're looking for a water ride from a Disney movie, I think more like Little Mermaid, but they've already got a ride for Little Mermaid. That's so cute. But I mean, they do spend quite a bit of time on water on the bayou. So
yeah. I don't know.
Moana, but it doesn't
True.
really.
No, but I would think Tiana and Princess of the Frog would fit better in Disney, in the Magic Kingdom. They do the songs. What's that one? I can't think off the top of my head, but there's definitely the song where they sing as frogs with the gator going down the river.
Yeah.
On the bayou.
Yeah.
Down the bayou.
Look, I can hear Dr. John sing that song any day of the week. But it was amazing how much the response was and how much people talked about that one this year. Again, there was a lot of positives and a lot of negatives. And
I'm
again,
a purist, so I like the original Splash Mountain.
Me too. I love the classics. I love the nostalgia.
Not everything needs to be changed, I think.
And I'm with you. I think when you get into certain times like this, and look, I'm not one to tell you who or how to live or anything. I do see that you do need to upgrade things and think more globally instead of locally a little bit. But again, I love Splash Mountain. I love it how it is. I could sing Zippity Doo-Dah any day of the week. Like that song is stuck in my head. And what's the other song that they have in there that I can't think of all of a sudden? I'll never remember it. Yes. Like you come off that ride. I don't want to lose that song. Like I want to see Brer. No, I don't want to see Brer. He's my most hated character of all time, but that's. So when I was younger,
I would love I want new attractions rather than reimagining or changing attraction. Give me something new to go along with the new movies.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that makes... so that leads to this. So are you... would you rather see IPs in the park, or would you rather see the park build something new that was specifically done for that park? Like Figment.
Yeah, I'd like to see something new done for that park specifically. I know Disneyland doesn't have as much space anymore, so they kind of have to re-theme things if they want something new. But Disney World, man, you got so much space down there.
Yeah, there's room for another park. Easy.
There's room for another 2 or 3 parks down here.
Yeah.
And I'd be surprised if... Well, we'll see what 2022 brings in announcements. Moving on with the theme, staying inside the park. Journey of Water at Moana's Journey of Water is being constructed. That was a lot of news this year. A lot of people want to keep updated on it. It was due out this year originally, and then the pandemic hit and it got delayed by who knows how long. I do believe at Destination D23, they talked about it coming out at being finished by 2023 now. So we have another year to wait, a little over a year to wait for it. But Journey of Water, Moana's Journey of Water, that whole middle section of Epcot, that construction needs to end. Chip, you were down here recently going through Epcot. That's one of your favorite parks. What do you think about all that going on in the middle?
That seems pretty cool. I mean, I like the idea. And from what I've seen from like the D23 Expo and everything else, I mean, it looks to be like something really fun, but it's not a ride. I think people have to understand that. It's more of an attraction kind of thing that's out in the open.
Yeah, I think one of the problems we have as in the media trying to talk about it is we don't really have a lot of information of what it truly is. We do know that there's a new partner statue going up there, founder statue, partner statue. One of those is going up in that area. We do know it's going to talk about conservation of the water cycle, but we really don't know much about it. So I think if we had a better grasp on what it was, I think people would be a little bit more interested and not be so angry at the construction that takes up the whole center of World Showcase.
Now, you've ridden the monorail quite a few times. What does it look like from up there?
So we're actually going to have a report on this next week. We'll have the newest update. They are going vertical. They've dug down into the ground. They have put in a lot of the concrete and a lot of the conduit and a lot of the piping for where the water is going to be and where it's going to be stored. But it's moving up. You can also see a lot of where the roads and the pathways are going to be. It's just a matter of what goes on top of that. So it looks great. It's like going through Guardians. Like you can see Guardians from the monorail. You can see Moana from the monorail. You just have to switch sides. And Guardians looks amazing. I can't wait for that to finish up. And Moana, like when the new creation shop opened, that kind of cut a little bit of time down walking. We can't wait for Creation restaurant to open, the new quick service place to open. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting for all of that to just open up. Like I'm done construction. It's the one thing about the 50th. Like we did a lot of news articles about the 50th and them repainting Magic Kingdom, making sure Fantasyland looked good. They redid a lot of Princess Fairy Tale Hall. They redid a lot of that stuff, and it still does. If you go in there, it looks brand new. Fantasyland looks so clean and wonderful. It's amazing. It's like just going into the Magic Kingdom. It looks so clean and fresh. Come on, we got to do something with Epcot now. And what is it next year or the following year? Is the 40th?
I'm not good with math, so I don't know.
I think it's the 40th is 2023.
I can Google that.
There we go. They'll bring up an answer.
2022.
2022 is the 40th. So are we going to have the majority of this done by then? I don't know.
Hope so.
I do too. But again, keep up with Chip & Co. We got you covered. We will be there. I am there all the time. We have Kevin's there. Everybody's there all the time. We will be continuing reporting on that the whole time. Staying inside the parks a little bit. The changes to Magic Kingdom. We have Tron. We've done a lot of reporting on Tron, Light Cycle Power Run. Tron looks amazing. One of the problems, though, with Tron, it's going to change the skyline of the Magic Kingdom. Like the skyline that you're used to is no more. It's just not going to be what you remember it. That, if you look at the one that's in Shanghai, that is so dominant and blue. It's going to be, I can't wait to ride it. Like, I think it's going to be my favorite ride at Walt Disney World. So here's a question for you, Sarah. When all this construction is going on in the parks, how do you sell? I mean, Walt Disney World will sell itself, I'm sure. But I'm sure a lot of people look at it and go, oh, there's construction of Tron. There's construction for Guardians. This is coming soon. This is how do you appease the audience that's out there?
Surprisingly, I've had more clients who are just excited to travel again. They don't really care too much about the construction going on. They're like, sweet, it's open, let's go. So I haven't had to deal with that too much, but I do, when I do have that question come up, I do, point out all the things that there are to do, all the new things that have opened this last year, all the great things that are coming that they might want to return for another trip to see. Like, oh, yeah, we're going to go now and see all this good 50th stuff. But hey, next year, 50th is still going to be going on and all these new attractions are going to be open. So it's kind of a workaround.
Right.
combine it, get you hyped up for what's coming, as well as enjoying what's there now.
Right. So another one of the big things that was going on this year here at Walt, well, Disney as a company, we can get outside the parks right now. Disney did changes to the cast members and how they're supposed to dress and what is allowable and what's not. I think that was probably like the third or fourth biggest article this year.
The Disney look.
The Disney look.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, we're going to touch on it. Some of this stuff became controversial because people thought, oh, well, next thing you're going to see is a bunch of people with dreaded, dirty, like and I'm not saying dreaded is what I'm saying is that long metalhead look from the 80s is going to be here. And you're going to see like Ozzy Osbourne tattoos on their arms. Like people kind of went wild on that for a little bit. What are you guys' thoughts on that one? Because that was a pretty big article this year.
Sarah?
I'm all for, if you work for a company and they have a dress code, then you do your best to comply with that dress code. And if they change it, then that's great. If you're hoping for a change and you want it and it happens, awesome. You do you. But so long as it follows in with that company's policy.
Right. So, look, I have blue hair. I walk around the parks with very, very bright blue hair. That's my choice. It was an accident years ago, but what I've noticed is it's called attention whore blue. I get a lot of attention from the characters notice me because it stands out. So to me, I'm okay with dyeing your hair a different color. Hair color doesn't matter to me. I think if you definitely showed up and had tattoo sleeves and stuff like that, yeah, I can see how some people would think the visualization of what Disney is supposed to be about might change their perspective. But I'm cool, man. People do what you're going to do.
Though. It's 2021. They need to up their look, which they did. I'm glad that they did. But,
yeah,
you know, you can't expect that clean-cut look from the 1980s to still be in play in 2021. I mean, we look different. I mean,
we can all go back to the 40s and have the big, just shave our head back and do that thing.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a whole back tattoo. So, I mean, times have changed.
I do have. Did you just say I have a back tattoo? When did that happen?
Well, I mean, they keep their costumes different for each land, which is great. It fits in with the theming of the parks. And I mean, you still have that. It's just whether you wear a skirt or pants or a different kind of shirt.
Yep. I don't care what you wear as long as you are. I'm still going to treat you with respect because you work here and you're a cast member and you're bringing me magic. So I'm going to treat you with respect no matter who or what you are. So I hope we can continue and move on in life like that. I
think. But again, Disney, if you just don't distract from the magic kind of thing.
That's a great way of putting that. I think that's a great way of putting that. So, well, those were the most in-park news this year, it being the end of 2021. Let's just have some fun for a second, okay? I wonder if people are going to know where we're going with this. So let's go with some of the funniest news articles we did this year. And I'm going to pass this one over to Chip because I think he gets more amusement out of this than anybody. Chip, what is the funniest moment of 2021 from Walt Disney World News? Oh, and he's muted.
Oh, no.
Now he's going to have to unmute. You're going to have to unmute. No, we can't hear you, Chip. Can you hear us? Yeah, he's still talking and he cannot hear us. You're going to have to unmute yourself, big guy. No, we still can't hear you. Anyway, I'm going to talk over him for a second. So he's going to log out. He's going to come back in. Make sure your mic is not muted. Did we lose your mic?
Still nothing.
We lost him. Yeah. Oh, no, not Chip. See, this is what happens when you're live, people. You just go with things. So we're going to let him fix his mic. Hopefully he's going to come back and we're going to be able to hear him. In the meantime, Sarah, we're going to talk about one of the funniest things this year.
Yes, anybody?
Oh, whoa, there he is.
Okay.
There he is.
Yes.
Hey, welcome
That's
back,
weird.
big guy. It
Okay.
happens. Oh, now you're
So
really loud too.
Sorry, and the dogs are barking. So I would say the funniest news story from this year. I remember getting up in the middle of the night to write this. It was when a guest jumped off of the Living with the Land boat ride and grabbed a cucumber and then jumped back in the ride.
What?
Like a
We
cucumber.
all we have all seen the video of Cucumber Girl,
Yeah.
which is what I'm referring to her as now. Is she jumps
Of
off the
course.
ride, she gets up to grab a cucumber, she takes a step back, and as the boat is still rolling, she decides that she's going to fall down and roll backwards with it. Just at what point does reality set in and you go, I maybe shouldn't do this? I mean, it does say do not step off the boat, do not touch anything.
I actually have the video if you want to watch it. It's really
Oh,
short.
Yes,
come on, throw up the
please.
video.
Okay.
Here we go.
Well, you can see him jump out there, grab it, and then jump back in.
Listen.
Of all things to grab, why a cucumber?
Right. At what point in your head did you go, you know what I need really bad right now? I need a cucumber from Living with the Land. Let's go. Which
Bananas, maybe. Cucumber,
yeah.
no.
Which for a few weeks gave us a lot of pleasure of anytime we'd see a cucumber, one of us would take a picture, send it into our chat for the writers, and we had a good time with that.
Do you
But
remember when Universal jumped on board with it too?
oh, Universal's response was
Universal's
excellent.
so good.
What was it? So you have the article right there, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, you got to put that up and talk about it.
Well, I will actually put up their tweet. That's what
Yeah.
started it. A churro, yes, but a cucumber?
Give it up for Universal throwing some shade at Disney. Like those
Their
guys are.
Twitter is so good.
It's so well done. I can't believe that they. And you know what? Disney never follows through. Like they don't follow it up. They just are like, oh yeah, they're Universal. We're just gonna walk away. Which is
My
crazy.
favorite part of this story is that I can just picture Chip in bed and then being like, oh, I gotta get up to write this.
Mm-hmm.
Of all things. And
yeah, we have that group chat going, and I don't know who it was that shared it. And I'm just like, all right, I'll get up.
that was crazy. So, along with the other funniest moments, Chip, you pulled an April Fool's joke this year on.
I do every year.
And they are pretty good. We're going to talk about this year, but then we're going to talk about one from a past year from 2015. So this year you put up that Disney World would no longer be using plasticware.
Yes. It was
it got a huge response.
Oh yeah, it was big. It was just before, I think, Sarah, you wrote this article just maybe the week before where Disney was selling the wooden
the reusable
silverware. Yeah, the reusable. So I'm just like, that makes, that's the picture of it right there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, that would make a good April Fool's joke.
I thought it was fun. Enough people. I think we got a few thousand responses on that one. That was a pretty big one for everybody. So I credit to you on that one. But I'm going to go back a few years. I know this is not a 2021 thing, but we're just sticking with some funny posts real quick. So in 2015, Chip, you decided it would be funny to do an April Fool's joke saying that Pepsi was going to replace Coke as a sponsor here at Walt Disney World. Now, I had heard rumor that you got into a lot of trouble from, I don't know, Coke, Pepsi, and Disney.
Yes,
all yelled at you.
I got emails from everybody. I don't know. I can't remember because it's 2015. I can't remember where I came up with that idea. But yeah, I remember after I wrote up the news, and it was just it blew up the site. It was so huge, and then I got an email first from Coca-Cola, then Pepsi, then Disney, and they all wanted me to make sure that, because it on the article, I didn't really say that it was an April Fool's joke. I kind of let it marinate for a while, and then I put the information at the bottom. But they made me put a disclaimer at the top and at the bottom of the article because it was a joke. But people were irate. I mean, I had no idea. I don't drink pop, so but people were
I would have
mad.
been totally fine with Pepsi.
No. Oh, see, Sarah,
Yeah,
we were
you're
getting
drinking a
along
Diet
so
Pepsi
fine.
now.
I love Mountain Dew, okay?
Yeah.
Love it. Bring it.
Kids these days, come on, it's Coke or
Yeah.
nothing.
Water. That's all I drink is water.
No.
Yeah, you're trying to be one of those healthy people.
Yeah.
When you live at Walt Disney World, you pretty much have Coke, Diet Coke, more Coke, or Coke, or an an adult beverage.
I like those machines that they have there at Disney where you can, the Coke machines, and you can make your own flavors. Or like when you go to Universal, we have the reusable cups and we pay for it when we visit.
Yeah, which this is going to lead us to the next segue here. That's a great segue.
You like that?
I did. So we're going to go into something different that you did in 2021. Yeah, let's go there. So something different you did in 2021. Off the beaten path, something non-Disney. So Disney for a little while was not doing very much. So a lot of us had to come up with different things to do. Annual passes weren't for sale. You couldn't get in. You had to make a lot of reservations. You were doing
those ships in the bottle, weren't you, for a while there?
Yes, until I got angry and broke every single one. I don't have patience like that. If I don't get out of my house by 8 a.m., my full family is driven nuts because they don't want me around because I go stir crazy. I went to Dollywood. We went to Dollywood a bunch of times. We went to different theme parks. We went to SeaWorld a lot. Chip, what did you do this year?
I went to Universal. I actually got I took advantage. I think, Sarah, you were the one who told me about the specials that they were having where you would pay for 12 months and they would give you 15.
Yeah.
So we did that. I haven't been to Universal since like the 90s. So we got an annual pass for Universal, did Harry Potter, missed out on Velocicoaster when they first opened, but I've probably been to Universal more than I've been to Disney this year.
We're going to jump back to Velocicoaster in a second.
Yeah.
The annual passes that went on sale for Universal were excellent. Did they do the same thing out in California, Sarah?
I don't believe so because they stayed closed longer in California than
Right, that
Orlando
makes sense.
did.
I had forgotten that California decided to be all California about stuff. And I'm just joking about that. California, you're your own state. You do what you want to do. Nobody's judging you.
Just a little.
Universal down here, I think. So what was really crazy was during the pandemic, it was not crowded at all. So I think a lot of people who were looking to have that Disney experience and going into the Disney parks decided to go over to Universal. Islands of Adventure was happening. Velocicoaster was about to reopen. It just was a lot of fun going over to Universal and spending time over there, especially while it was empty. I remember coming down and there was no lines, no waits for anything at all. And it was so much fun. Universal, I think, does a good job. Is it Disney? Not in a million years. Is it family friendly? Yes. Do they have more rides? Yeah, teenagers and up. You're not going to get that Snow White fantasy, but you're going to get SpongeBob, which is 10 years old. Like my kids were watching SpongeBob when they were 10.
Harry Potter.
How can you say no to Harry Potter? Like if something was going to match Disney World, Harry Potter's it. And then they came out with the big boy of Velocicoaster this year. Chip, you finally got to ride Velocicoaster.
Yes.
We did a lot of articles. I was there. We got lucky and got to ride it 3 days before opening. And then we were there the day of opening. And then we were there the next day after opening. And then we were there the following day after opening. And then anytime I saw Velocicoaster at 20 minutes or less, I would hop in my car and drive over and ride Velocicoaster. Chip,
Wow.
what is your opinion on Velocicoaster? There it is right there. What do you think of Velocicoaster, buddy?
That is probably the best roller coaster I've ever been on in my life. Just hands down.
Oh, it's so fun. I'm just watching it. I'm mesmerized by watching it go through the paddock. Like, it is so fun. And then just as you're about to leave the paddock, which is coming up here, yeah, you make this turn, you go through it, and it flings you up to the top hat and pauses for that briefest of seconds, which is, oh my God, that's so amazing. And then, look, I'm so excited. And then it feels like you're upside down for a minute, like you're literally going to fall into the lagoon. And then next thing you know, you're turned right back upwards. Now you're going through right by Hogsmeade, and you just do circles around there. You come back and you do what is it called? Mosasaurus roll. It's just so well done.
Wow.
Now, I've ridden a lot of roller coasters in my life. We lived up by, we were in Philadelphia originally, so we used to go to Great Adventure, Six Flags up there, which is where Kinda is, which is the tallest, fastest roller coaster in the world.
I thought that was at Cedar Point.
Not anymore. They broke Cedar Point.
Okay.
When Kinda opened up, it broke all the records. I've been on a lot of rides. One of my favorite rides being Lightning Rod at Dollywood. I think that was the ride to beat. It was just so well done. And then Universal came out with this, and Velocicoaster, I'm telling you, best ride of 2021. If Guardians doesn't come out strong, it's going to be Velocicoaster will remain the best ride of 2022 also for Central Florida. Who knows what the rest of the world's doing, but Velocicoaster, man, I'm telling you, Sarah, please, again, we're just convincing you to come to Central Florida to ride this. Are you a roller coaster person?
So I'm more of a Disney roller coaster person. Like, I love Incredicoaster. I love Rock and Roller Coaster. So I'm wanting to get a little more intense. You got to try it at least once. Yeah, I'm wanting to go a little more intense and thrilling. That Velocicoaster looked awesome. That's one I would definitely do.
That's intense and thrilling. I think a step up, and Disney may be smart on this, is doing Tron. I think Tron is going to be that level between a Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, and a Velocicoaster type ride. Velocicoaster is intimidating, but once you do it, that's what I love about roller coasters. It's that thrill before you get on there of, oh, I really don't want to do this. Oh,
and it's a lap bar. It doesn't come over, which will scare the crap out of you because it's just right there.
It's just a lap bar.
Yep.
So, cool. Sarah, did you do something different this year besides Disney? Like, because of all the stuff that was going on, did you do anything this year besides being stuck in Alaska? Because it snows, 9 years out of the month?
Yeah, we escaped last winter, like in February of this year, and we went to Hawaii.
Oh, nice. What island did you go to?
We went to the Big Island this time. Nice. We've never done that one, and it was really great. I got to snorkel for the first time ever. So warm. Just
I could see. I want to do Alani one day. So I lived out in Hawaii. I lived on Maui for a few years, and it's so funny. You talk to everybody around there, like, "Oh, we've got to go to Alani. We got to do Disney in Hawaii." I'm like, "Yeah, I lived there. I want to go see Mickey Mouse on Main Street."
Right.
But that's just me.
That's his home.
Yeah. So Hawaii, I'm sure, was excellent. Okay. Let's talk about and finish this up here. I want to talk about what is the most magical thing that Disney did this year? You have the 50th, you have all this other stuff. What do you think? Because you could see in the articles, like, merchandise was really big this year, food was really big this year, and you can see in our newsrooms like what works and what doesn't there. So do you have a magical thing that Disney did this year? Sarah.
I'll go first.
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I could actually
yeah,
call
no.
out people's names. I'm
You're
just,
fine.
I lost half
Greg
my
is going off
earpod.
script right now. So.
Way off script. I apologize.
So I'm a sucker for Disneyland because it's
Uh-huh.
the original. And for me, even though I didn't get to be there when they reopened, just seeing it reopening, that was like, oh, it was magical to me, even though I wasn't there. I was so excited, and just getting to see the cast members, how excited they were that was
Oh,
reopened.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm with you.
tears.
I'm with you. We were there for the cast member preview this year. We actually broadcast live when Happily Ever After returned, and they did the cast member preview only at
Yeah.
like 11:30 at night, and just seeing those cast members rejoicing and back. So I'll get to that in 1 second. I got to tell you, I'm gonna finish it up on two things real quick because we're kind of running out of time.
Wait, what about me? What about my magical?
Give me
Yeah.
your best. Absolutely, Chip. Did I pass you over? See, I went
You
with
skipped
Sarah
me again.
first. Absolutely.
I'm actually going to show you the most magical moment I think of 2021 was,
Okay.
and that's Kite Tails.
Oh, woohoo. Look, that should have been in funniest moments also, because until we realized that they were crashing them on purpose, for about a month there, we were like, yeah, Disney messed up again. Watch them crash Baloo. I don't know.
Kevin
Go
got
ahead.
some good videos of them crashing too.
Oh, great. Because you could sit behind, was the barbecue place there and get a shot right on in the middle, and you could see from the backside them crashing. And after a while, like I said, you kind of started realizing that, oh, they need to crash them on purpose. I think it's a great kids show. I think if you have kids that are 12 and younger, I think the whole pre-show is excellent. I think the show itself is really well done. It's a kids show. It's definitely not for adults. I think it's fun. I'm going to go against the grain here and say I really do like Kite Tails.
It's fun and it's funny.
Yeah.
I agree with that. So my favorite moment this year, I'm going to go with two different things. I'm going to, and then we'll wrap it up. So the one thing that is killing me, but I think Disney did probably the best job this year on, is the song Magic is Calling. Now, I know you're going to say a song. That song has been stuck in my head, Disney, since September 29th. I cannot get it out of this head. But I digress.
They must have done something right then.
Exactly. So what they did was, not only was it the intro for the 50th anniversary and for all the commercials, and it's the main song you hear everywhere around the parks right now, they were smart enough that if you were out there watching the electric water pageant, it sounds like the original electric water pageant songs. It's
Sorry, I was trying to play
amazing.
it.
Oh no, that's great. What else? You can walk down Main Street, and the Dapper Dans are doing a barbershop quartet version of The Magic is Calling.
That's great.
You can go into the parks and you hear like a drop beat techno version of it. There's so many versions that they did that you cannot escape The Magic is Calling. One of the best things I did this year was at the end of Destination D23, they brought out the singer for it. And she did the song, and fireworks are going off inside, and confetti, and here's Mickey Mouse dancing in front of me. I had tears in my eyes from The Magic is Calling. It was amazing. So I think that's one of my most magical moments this year, is hearing The Magic is Calling. I'm telling you, if you are coming down here and you're driving, as you come under that main gate where it says, "Welcome to Walt Disney World, the world's most magical place," you have that song playing, you are hyped. You got tears in your eyes. You're like, yeah, let's go see Mickey.
Actually,
I
Greg,
digress.
I think the most magical moment for you is this right here.
I love doing this.
Wait, you ready
Go
for
ahead.
it?
Go.
Yeah.
I got to see this.
You and Pikachu.
That was one of the best things. So we got to cover MegaCon Orlando 2021. And it started with this Pikachu dancing behind me. I was like, that's a great TikTok video. I'm not good TikTok, but that's a great video. And so what did it turn into? All weekend, I tried to find Pikachus all around MegaCon Orlando. And MegaCon Orlando is big. It's like, think Comic-Con out in Anaheim, just a little smaller. But it's still a major event. And I found Pikachus everywhere, except at the end. I wanted to wrap it up of me chasing a Pikachu. Couldn't find a Pikachu that day.
Mm.
Oh, those Pikachus were excellent. Look at
That's
that.
my favorite video.
And each one of those, I want to thank each one of those guys who played a Pikachu that day as cosplayers, because those guys, they absolutely enjoyed joining me with it, and they were part of the joke. So it wasn't like I filmed them without them knowing it. They were part of it, and they did a great job. So thank you guys. Thanks MegaCon Orlando for having us out. We'll be out again this year. And then, look, I'm going to wrap up our year in review with the best thing that I think happened at Walt Disney World this year. Other than, and I'll get to this in a second, other than everybody coming back to work, was Drawn to Life. Chip, I know you haven't gotten to see Drawn to Life yet. Sarah, you're going to come down here. I'm telling you, if there's any way you guys can get tickets, Sarah, if you could book people, I don't know if you're allowed to buy tickets for Drawn to Life or not. It is, and I'm going to put this as succinct as I can, the most Walt Disney thing in Walt Disney World.
Oh, wow.
Seriously, and I'm not joking. We've all done Walt Disney World, and we've covered it, and we've reported on it. We go to media events. Drawn to Life truly is the most Walt Disney thing here. From the animation, you can feel the story of Walt himself in the actual story of it. All the major characters you can think of from Disney animation is in that show. The acrobats that are part of it are fabulous. Eric Goldberg is the animation director for it, who did Pocahontas. He was co-director of Pocahontas. He did Genie from Aladdin. So it's a serious show. If you guys ever get a chance, my favorite thing of Walt Disney World this year, Drawn to Life, hands down. Go see it. I'm putting the Chip and Co stamp on it right here. Chip and Co fans, if you're out there, go see Drawn to Life. Sarah, sell them tickets to Drawn to Life.
Yeah.
If you can. So,
or at least get them down there so they can
get them down here. Yeah, please. We need more people down here. Which brings me to this. This is where I go on my soapbox for a second. 2021, as we wrap things up here, was a rather weird year. Ever since we started this pandemic, it's been weird around the world. In Disney World itself, we got hit really hard. A lot of our friends, a lot of our families have lost their jobs. So it was really important this year that Disney World opened up. Did they do things too soon, and did they do things weirdly? Yes, they did. But that's not for us to judge. We just report on this. But it's so nice to see Disney World open. Shows coming back, parades coming back. It's just going back to normal. I think I just noticed outside, like I had tears in my eyes seeing Disney Enchantment and being in a crowd of people and knowing that we were here to have a good time. You guys at Chip and Company World get to come down here and have a vacation. What we do is we sell Disney World to you. We sell you all this stuff. How amazing it is down here. How wonderful it is down here. We want to have you come down here and join us. We want you to join us for the lives, but we want you to see it in person too. So all these lives that you see, all this other stuff is to show you the magical time we have down here. So from us to you, thank you so much this year for watching us, for coming down here on vacation, for joining us. And then I'm going to step off my little soapbox here and say thank you guys so much. So, Sarah, thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's been amazing to have you on. Where can everybody get you at, Sarah? Like, where's a good place for them to go if they need a travel agent and they're coming to Disney World or Disneyland?
Wait, this way. Yeah, so I'm on Facebook, facebook.com/Sarah Solberg Travel. You can also email me at sarahsolberg@travel.com.
Facebook.com/Sarah Solberg Travel. SARASOLBERG Travel. Destination to travel. That is what we use at
Yep.
Chip and Company. Guys, I'm telling you, Sarah is top notch. She's one of the top sellers there. The reason she's one of the top sellers there is because she's so good. Your family is going to be taken care of. She will make sure that every reservation is done. She will make sure that you, as a parent, can take time and spend it as a family while you're on vacation here at Disney World or at Disneyland. I'm telling you, please go see Sarah at Destination to Travel. Amazing writer, amazing human being. This is the first time we've actually met in person, even though we work and write for the same company.
Right.
So Sarah, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure tonight.
She books all travel.
She books Chip. Yeah, see, I live here, so I like. She's going to be booking my travel out to California.
Your Disneyland one. There you go.
We're going out there in October. Whenever D23 is, we're going out there for that.
September.
September. Looks like we're going. There you go. Now I have to go through Sarah to get my travel done. So, thank you so much, guys. Remember, Destination to Travel, Facebook.com. Sarah Solberg Travel. She'll find you there. Chip, everybody can reach you at chipandco.com. They can get Instagram, Chip and Company, Facebook, Chip and Company. What else, Chip and Company? Can we stamp it on like ice cream cones yet?
I have like t-shirts and stuff.
You got t-shirts?
Yeah, a long time ago. I even
Do you still have them?
I have like the pop sockets I give out. Like when I go to the parks, I hand out this stuff. Oh, that's actually, I hand out this stuff. So if you see me at the parks, say, give me a button, give me a pop socket, and I'll give you one.
I do have a few buttons. If you see the blue-haired guy out there, I will give you a pop socket from Chip and Company. No, not pop socket. I have pins. So I will make sure that I get you some out there. Let's see, Chip. What else we got going on?
You over here?
I'll get you in 1 second. So I'm Greg. You can get me at Florida Fanatics. That's we're difficult here being from Philly. We got PHLORIDAFUNATICS, Florida Fanatics. We are just two families living in the moment down here. We do, well, I do lives, Tommy and Stacy and Caitlin and Kellen and Colin and Rory and Holly, both families get together. We have a good time. Basically, it's being grown-ups, joking around, having a good time. And then on a serious side, we do a lot of stuff with Give Kids the World. That's we want to stress how much we love Give Kids the World. So what do we got coming up, Chip? We got next week. We're going to do 2022, right?
Yes.
We got a lot to look forward to. Caitlin will be back with us next week. We'll be discussing 2022 and all the stuff coming up. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot of entertainment coming.
Yeah. So I'm going to wrap it up this way. Chip and Company fans, thank you guys so much for an amazing 2021. It was a rough start for all of us due to this pandemic. Things could be getting worse or better depending on where you're from right now. But you can always depend on us to bring you straight and narrow news. We're just going to tell you what the facts are, and that's it. If it's an opinion, we make sure that everybody knows it's an opinion, but you're going to get news. Besides news, if you go onto our YouTube site, you're going to get to see live shows. You're going to get to see a few other things. I'm out here, Chip, when he comes down here. Thank you so much for 2021. We appreciate you. Yeah, Chip, have an amazing new year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thanks so much for having us around and for doing this. We appreciate you and your company. Yeah, we're going to see you coming down in mid-January. So you and I are going to get to hang out and talk then.
So,
Chip and Company fans, thank you so much for joining us. Have an amazing night. Happy New Year. Happy 2022. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.